Welcome back. If you're just joining us, it is Weekend Deal coming to you from the network service of the NTA. Our focus today is on developing our waterways, and who better to speak with than the man at the helm of affairs of the National Inland Waterways. We have today on our program Chief Dr. George Mogalu. Sir, thank you for having us.
Thank you so much, Patience.
Sir, I will just go straight ahead to ask you the first question. Nigeria is blessed with plenty of waterways, several kilometers of waterways. What is your organization doing to harness this great potential?
Yes, we know as a matter of conviction that there's a lot of potentials in developing our waterways. When I did an analysis with a team that came to see me, we talked about the congestion in the ports, for example. And I made it very clear to them that our road infrastructure is not designed to carry the weight it's carrying. And the only way we can immediately decongest the ports is by making the waterways viable. We all know from statistics available that over 50, 60 to 70% of the containers that come into Nigeria that berth at the Apapa port, about 60 to 70% of them end up in the southeast, between Onitsha and Abah. A good percentage of the ones that are coming to One in Port Harcourt, in Rivers State rather, end also in either Abah or Onitsha. What it translates to is that if, for example, there are 1,000 containers coming from Lagos to Onitsha, or Abah by road, what it simply means is that 1,000 trailers will be on the road.
Exactly.
So for you to remove 1,000 trailers from the road, you move this cargo by water. And the moment you do it, you have reduced the pressure on our roads, you've saved our road infrastructure, you've decongested our ports, you've created new employment opportunities, and what have you. So when it comes now to the issue of what are we doing about it, when I came into office, one of the things I told myself I want to leave as a legacy before I leave office is to make that route functional, viable. A few days back, I had a discussion, a few weeks back, I had a discussion with the Barge Operators Association of Nigeria. We are getting to the point of signing an MOU. I've also tried to partner with some other private players who are interested in partnering with NIWA in the area of transporting cargo using barges to move cargo from Lagos to Onitsha and even to Port Harcourt, or from One to Port Harcourt. As we speak, one of the teams that we are partnering with are in One now, making some level of consultation so that we can put in concrete terms, because I want timelines. I want to set dates for myself because I want to see that happen. Because the moment it happens, one, a few of the people I've talked with are scared. They say, okay, if government wants to, let's all start. So I want to know how to start so that other private sector players can buy into it. They'll be willing to buy into it when they see that it has started working. That is the human nature, which I don't mind. It's expected. So we are doing that. And I'm very confident that all things being equal, very shortly, that aspect of our program will come to fruition.
I'm just assuming, we're going to have a scenario where people who have goods, people from the north, can either use the Lokoja or the Barrow port.
Correct.
People from Calabar and Port Harcourt will cater for south,
Yes,
and
why not?
southeast,
Why not?
and then maybe Barrow would cater for and all that. Are we going to have sort?
Yeah, like when you started, you described the issue of the waterways as a gift from God.
Yes.
It's a wonderful gift because as we speak, we have over 10,000 kilometers of waterway in Nigeria.
Yes.
Though it's only about 3,000 some fraction that is all year navigable. But sight must not be lost of the fact that you can reach 28 states in this country by water. 28 out of 36. So what we actually need to do is to open up our waterways, make it all year navigable, so that we can move cargo. We have a completed world-class port now in Barrow. We have a completed world-class port in Onitsha. As we speak, the Lokoja port is ongoing. There was a lull, there was a slowdown because of funding, but now government has reviewed the contract there's a variation, approved variation by Federal Executive Council, and the contractor is going back to site with specific timelines to deliver the port. The Uguta River port, government has spent quite a lot, but it was abandoned even before this administration came to office. It was abandoned for more than 10 years. Meanwhile, government has spent quite a lot of money, over 2 billion, already on the port, but it was abandoned. But now we have started discussions. We've started trying to open up the process so that that port can be made functional. I remember when I visited on third, because when I took office, I started visiting all my locations, the 26 area offices we have. When I visited Uguta, Osemoto to be precise, when I met a traditional ruler, in the course of our discussion, he said that he feels saddened. I said, sir, why? He said, because as a child, vessels were coming straight from Liverpool to Osemoto, that it was a port city, it was a port town. But that's sad enough, he was asking me, what has changed? What happened? I said, okay. I understood his pain, the way he was talking that day, and I promised him that we're going to see what we can do to recreate that particular scenario, because I'll feel happy that we open up those channels. All right. So we are doing quite a lot in that regard, and very confidently, in a no distant time, we're going to achieve success. Because the truth about it is that the government of President Muhammad Buhari is exploring all avenues to make sure that they impact on the life of the citizens. And my ministers are also committed to the project.
Interesting. What is the status of the Barrow port?
The Barrow port is...
And where will it be functional?
It's 100% completed, 100% commissioned by Mr. President. The only challenge we have there, which the government is addressing now, is the issue of access roads. The federal government has already made commitment with regards to a contract for access road. And because of my concern also and commitment, I had a meeting. Fortunately, the Niger State government is also interested in getting that port functional. Okay. I also opened the discussion with the governor and the commissioner for transportation. We're looking at what they too can do to take one of the roads and make it more travelable. In my presence there, the governor directed the permanent secretary in charge of infrastructure, so can't remember exactly, but the commissioner was there that they should come up with a proposal on how to make one of the roads passable. It may also interest you to know that there's an old rail line that is being reactivated between Barrow from the port there, because that port was used by the colonial masters. UTC, oh yes, UTC had a port there, had facilities there. Even if you go there, you see relics of the old warehouses of the 60s. They're all still there. You see them. Because that was the first place I visited when I took over.